you know, the X-ball, the size of the fields, the amount of games to play, the game time, that type of thing is only good for the pros. For everyone else, it's too expensive to play. You know,
in other words, because the pros are sponsors and supported, you feel that they're the only ones able to play it because of that financial sort of support.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
so the average guy in the street who plays paintball at a tournament level, fuck them. You know, he ain't going to do those no favours at all.
Yeah. I mean, if you took what the Millennium have and you spoke to them and said, well, you know, the fields are too small, the athleticism of the players themselves has changed.
That's what?
Athleticism. Is that not right? That's right. That's right.
It's pronounced. Go on.
Athleticism.
Like you said. Right, carry on.
Everything's made the game so quick. And I mean, we were talking in the pub earlier that I played a walk-on game on last week at Diamond Moors. Had a fantastic day. Took my shirt off at the end of the day, and it was absolutely drenched. And I mean, I'm not the fittest guy, but there was 25 of us. No, it wasn't. It was sweating. It was a very hot, very sort of, you know, intensive day. And the day after, I was knackered. I was walking around, you know, like I'd been riding a horse for 6 weeks. And that's what I used to feel like when I played in Millennium or an MPPL or whatever it was, where I go down and played Campaign Cup this year, never warmed up, didn't warm down, you know, didn't really sweat. It wasn't something that I felt, and, you know, I was, you know, exerting myself. And
so it didn't take its physical toll on you like playing in the woods did, basically?
It was too quick. We either got all shot quickly or we went and... No, not just the woods. Not just the woods. I think just paintball. Just it's too quick. You know, a lot of the time when you're knackered, it's a mental thing as well, because you're tired, because you've been excuse me, but I've been thinking about what's going on, the next move, the this or that, and that is always a mental thing, and I think that can tie you out. But I never get that.
So what you're advocating there, really, the Millennium should adopt a different format for the corpus of
not just the Millennium.
Everybody. Well, I've been advocating this that we should go back to 7-man. What are you advocating?
I think, I don't... 7-man, yes, I think it's a great game, but I think what am I advocating? What I'd like to see is a lower division, you could even go, I mean, this is top of my head after beer, if it would be 5-man or 7-man, the fields need to be bigger, there needs to have no coaching, there needs to have a rate of fire cap, which is low. They need to even possibly have a lower velocity that they could fire at.
280 something.
Yeah, I mean the lowest bracket I would have them breaking out from the back line, not from the centre.
Yeah.
And then as you go up the divisions, you might go from Division 4 that would do that, and then Division 3 would still break out the back line, but they might.
But then aren't you creating a sort of multi-tier format? In other words, that for certain expertises of the game, should we say, for want of a better word, you're having different formats. So if you use the parallel of football, the same game is played no matter what level you play at. But we're creating, or you're advocating, the creation of a system whereby you're playing slightly different formats for slightly different levels of expertise. Yeah. Isn't that really...
We're not playing football. I think we all know that if I went and bought a £5 ball from JJB or wherever, and threw my jacket down on the park, and you know there's enough people, you can have a game of football, and that's the beauty of football. With paintball, I've got to have a gun, I've got to have a mask, I've got to have bunkers, I've got to have the paint, I've got to have all of this.
Yeah, even though I'm pitched, I don't see the connection between that and the justification for different formats.
Because I think people need to have a logical step forward. I think that if you have... well, is that not a logical step?
I'm just trying to think of one. Logical.
Okay, would you take your son for his first game of paintball to play X-Ball now?
No.
Because?
He's 28.
And he'd get battered?
Yeah, he wouldn't like that.
Okay, but would you take him to a Division 5 tournament where he could start in his bunker, it would semi-automatic only with no coaching and the field's bigger, so he could actually enjoy to play paintball?
Yes, I would.
Okay, yes, then he might enjoy himself. Then he might go, I want to go to the next division.
But that domain of people that enjoy themselves, why can't we extend that? In other words, if he goes in at that entry level, like a parachute event, like you're saying, that's less harsh than, say, the top end, why can't we extend that to all, even pros, and in the guise of 7-man, where they all go out and just enjoy themselves? Are you saying that because people take it more seriously, they can't enjoy...
no, I think the pros enjoy what they do.
What, X-Ball?
Yeah.
You say
Some
that.
do, some don't.
But what did we talk about earlier? Whereas, you know, Nexus are losing people like Danny and Lee. I mean, these are guys that have been playing paintball and they're...
Yeah, but I mean, some people just get long in the tooth. The same reason you stop playing, the same reason I stop playing. Because it comes to the time when you sort of go, maybe I'm at the top of my game, maybe I'm not. And, you know, I mean, I know that you never reached the top of your game. I obviously did. There's that... So, you know, Dunny and those people might go, well, actually, you know, I've had my fun and, you know, it's time to go on with my real life now.
I don't think the top pros, if you go back to when we were playing, we were at the top of our game. We're not boasting here, we're just making an observation. We were at the top of our game in terms of being pros at the highest level. Now, we enjoyed playing.
Yeah.
I don't think there's that same parallel enjoyment that the top pros now have got. I don't think that they enjoy it like we did. I'm not just being nostalgic or looking through rose-tinted glasses. I honestly think that level of enjoyment that we had in those days isn't experienced by the top pros now. I think they see it more as a job, as a chore. I think that's a legacy from the days when we were trying to sort of set ourselves up for TV. I just think it's...
well, I suppose when me and you were looking back at the day, we did it for fun. We never ever thought we were going to get paid for it. It was always about the trophy.
You didn't, because you weren't good enough.
But you never did get paid.
I got paid.
Whatever. By you? Your mum.
Aftershock and All American, so I got paid.
Yeah, to not come anymore.
Fuck up, I got paid lots of money. Whenever we won an event, which was a lot in Aftershock.
£5, £6?
$1,000, mate.
Yeah, but was that when you won?
Yes, but which was a lot with Aftershock.
Yeah, but $1,000, would that cover your expenses?
Expenses are all paid for.
Yeah, whatever.
It was.
Right, well, anyway, regardless of that, we used to go to the events for winning the trophy. For winning the trophy, wasn't it?
Yes, yes.
Did you care about the money? Actually,
no, not at all. Right. Not at all.
And I don't think anyone does now because there's no money out there. So then it was all about that, and for me, it was always about going away with my mates and getting pissed and having a laugh and happening to be playing a bit of paintball at the same time.
I agree.
And that, I mean, that's what with Sandbaggers, you saw what we did at campaign. It was Bowen, Mark, it was me, Phil Lacey, Rob, and you know, and we just
did you enjoy it?
Loved it.
No.
Not the paintball so much.
So what did you enjoy then?
Being there with my mates and having the same old crack. And I mean, we were actually saying that if we would have qualified, if England would have managed to not be shit at football and we would have qualified, that we would have been playing on the Saturday, wouldn't we? Because Germany played on the Saturday, I think it was. We said that, what would we do? And we all said, we'll just go to the pub and watch football rather than play paintball.
Really?
Because it's not that important to us. It's the whole.
But when me and you were playing, it was. I know we enjoyed it, and you're sort of not trivialising it, but you're sort of putting it in a particular context. But it was important to us, Ledz, to play and enjoy and to go out and compete. It was important to you. I know it was.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course it was.
You wanted to win as much as I wanted to win.
But still, I like a drink.
Yeah, I know. If you had the choice of saying, right, you know, you never got to be a World Cup finalist, but I did. So if you had the choice of going out in the last game and playing, say, Rage, like I did, to win the World Cup, or going down the boozer with your mates,
Potting up isn't classed as playing, is it?
Okay. But anyway, you would have gone out on that field to win that.
Of course I would, yeah.
Yes.
You know,
so,
I do that every game I play now.
Absolutely right. So enjoying yourself is one part of it, yes, but it's not the major part in terms of playing paintball is what we used to love doing and competing.
Yeah.